Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the closing ceremonies. I thought it was spectacular. Um, let's see, and I'm glad I was able to watch it because I told you guys I have been still recovering from my cold this week, but even though I sound better, I'm not so sure I feel that much better, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So, anybody who's had this dreaded round of cold or flu or whatever it kicks butt. I tell you that much. It really kicks butt. Um, and since the global pandemic, I just haven't, been through anything like this. So I'm like, wow, here it is. But I'm gonna still wear my face mask. All right. Let me bring the slide up for you all, and then we can get going with that. I don't think we'll be here more than an hour. And I promise I'm gonna keep it moving along. Okay. Emma D, thank you so much for being here first. Judy Matasic, Sonia Johnson, Heather Stroud, Ingrid Sowers, Carlita Simone, Rodney Jackson, Mary H., Carmen. Did I say Joya Moore? I don't think so. Joya Moore, and a host of friends and others. Okay. I did watch The Lady Sussex earlier, and that was very, very touching, very moving. The discussion of love, um, seeing that they cannot seem to keep Harry and Meghan's names out of their mouths over there across the pond. And I almost forgot about that one lady, um, and I use the term lady loosely because it wasn't very ladylike what she said about Harry and Meghan. The fact that they say that they love each other, um, no, the my husband, my wife, my husband, my wife, and she said it just drives her mad. And I'm like, really? That drives you mad? Does that really drive you mad? Does that upset you so much that you can barely function or concentrate? Ah, you know, that that is insane. That is insane that someone could be um driven driven to the brink of collapse because someone loves their husband or wife. I will never understand um how that destroys them so much. And there was let's see, gosh, who was it? Oh, I forget her, what's her face. I think it was Sarah Vine. She had actually wrote a column, and of course they use Harry and Meghan's image for the column, even though it really was about even the Obamas and anybody else who expresses love for Valentine's Day. They should be embarrassed. They should be ashamed of themselves that they are so triggered, that they are so triggered by someone expressing affection for their partner, for their life partner. They should be embarrassed that that triggers them. So, um, of course, I do recommend that you watch Lady Sussex, George, and Charles every Sunday as I do. And you know what? I don't care what time I wake up. They always come on at just the right time because I was just about to make my Sunday dim sum, and then they were on. So that was great. Perfect, perfect timing. I had already started, and I'm just like, well, I was hoping to watch the Lady Sussex, and I did. So that worked out perfect. Um, but yeah, it's over, you guys. It really is over now. And so, you know, back to everything else. I think what is there a trial coming up next month? The one for the Daily Fail. And of course, on the 4th, we have Megan's With Love Megan. So, but check that out. Take a look at that. Wow. Look at the size of that crowd. You are Invictus. Not we are. You are. Every single person there. It was an electrifying crowd, if that phrase is not used too much. Um, it would have been great to be there. And to all of those squaddies that did go. Um, oh, and did you see when they had the people with the what do you call it? They call them the bumblebees. When the bumblebees stood up, that's all of the volunteers. I think it was some 2,000 volunteers with the yellow jackets. Yeah, I guess they could have called them yellow jackets too, huh? But yeah, they called them the bumblebees. But that was, oh man, that was very touching. Couldn't have done it without all the volunteers. Um, that was very touching. Megan posted on her Instagram, in case you didn't see it, where she expressed how proud she was. I guess she's not supposed to do that, but she did express her pride. Um, so if you haven't seen that, make sure you go over to the Instagram and take a look at Megan's, you know, her um, her Instagram. Yeah, her Instagram. It's on the reel. I think that's what they call it, is the reel. So yeah, make sure you check out the reel and you can see it for yourself. Um, but yeah, I was moved, and you could see Harry was really this was like as the place was filling up, but you could see Harry was really fighting back tears. And especially he gets so embarrassed when they say his name. That always triggers him when they say his name. That becomes a very emotional thing for him. But what can we say? You're fantastic, and people want to celebrate that. So, but yeah. Let's see here and here. I believe this was it. This one? Oh, no, or was it this one? I think this one is when Justin Trudeau. Oh, no, maybe it was this one. I think it was this one. Unfortunately, I would not be able to share the video with you, but I promise you, I could see his eyes were very watery at that point. I could see that. So, um, yeah. Oh, okay, good, good. This is going to work out because I do have some videos that I want to share with you, not necessarily from the ceremony. Antoinette Kennedy, thank you for joining us. Cookies and Cream, thank you very much. Cookies and Cream wants to say hi to a few people. Compton Cali Gal wants to say hi to a few people. We can help out with that. What's that? Lilo Haskins says they're mad that they are still married. I guess Karen's gonna Karen. And yes, only or mainly, I should say, um, what is that? Wyatt. Oh, I'm sorry. White women only complaining. Um, it is a particular group within society. The aging, um, middle age, I think, is the demographic. The MAGA women and the Brexit, to be more specific, amongst that particular demographic. According to Christopher Bosey, they seem to be older white women who lean very conservative. They don't really care for black or brown people, Asian people, anyone pretty much that they have deemed immigrants, no matter how many generations their family goes back. Yeah, there is a particular group that are the troublemakers, and it's really unfortunate because, as I've said so many times, those people are the lady at the bank, the checkout at the grocery store, someone who you see walking into a church. They could be the school librarian, school teacher. Um, Interesting. I saw a couple of excuse me. Well, I'll talk about that later. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Do I have 1,001 screens open? I think I better close some of these before we have trouble. Okay. Also, I put the link to the live closing ceremony. I hope you guys were able to catch the link. I put it in the community, or well, the post tab. And also, if you're on Twitter, I posted the link on Twitter. So that was a couple of places where you would have had an opportunity to watch it live. I hope that was helpful. Uh, okay. Um, okay, bear with me here. I'm closing some of these screens I got open. That's never a good thing to have so many screens open. And I got 1,000,002 of them open. Okay, I'm going to pin the Lady Sussex to the top of the chat. Thank you very much, Lydia Washington. And okay. All right, I think that does it. Okay, I'll close a couple more. Don't need you. Don't need you. You I need. Okay. Close, 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 close. And close. Busy night tonight, too. They had the anniversary of Saturday Night Live. I think that was tonight. 50 years of Saturday Night Live. And also the BAFTA Awards. Um, oh my God, I could see why Will and Kate didn't want to go. Oh, great. I'm glad that is helpful. But yeah, again, it's on the post tab. So, where we leave the birthday cards and everything. If you can find that for Royal Sussex, there is a link there. And you'll be able to watch it. Okay. Lit for Sussex, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And here's one right here. I know. It's like Harry looks more startled than anything else. But again, this was quite emotional. It was an emotional farewell. And yes, he does look a bit startled. But what can I say? It was emotional. That's what you can say, is that it was very emotional. And of course, because the veterans, those are his peeps. Those are his peeps. So of course it's an emotional thing. It's an emotional time. So okay. Go to the next one here. And then eventually he went on stage And well, I I don't know. I don't want to play the speech here, but the one thing that you can take away from the speech is that Harry promised, as long as there are people that need healing, that the Invictus Games will continue. So if you don't take anything else away from the Invictus Games, well, Harry's speech, and that as long as there are people that are in need of healing, the Invictus Games will continue. So that is the promise that Harry made. So it will last as long as it lasts. I'm sorry, it will continue as long as it's needed. So okay, and then of course they were great. Now oh, what is the name? I cannot remember the name, but I've never seen them before. But they were fantastic, and I think that he's a veteran, perhaps, and that his experience in war or something like that is what is what drove him to become a recording artist. I think, is that the way the story goes? Help me out with that one. Um, I think it was because he's a vet. Well, anyway, I cannot remember the name. Okay, he's not Jelly Roll. War and Treaty. Thank you. War and Treaty. Oh man, I would have been still. I knew it was had something to do with war, war and treaty. But who's at war and who has the treaty? I'm gonna guess that she's war and he's treaty. Yeah, but they were good. They were very good, and they had a choir that backed him up. So yeah, I'm gonna say and Jelly Roll. Oh my God, Jelly Roll was so good. Unfortunately, I don't have an image of Jelly Roll to share with you, but Jelly Roll was so good. He really was. I can see why people love Jelly Roll. I don't think I've ever actually saw him perform before. Um, but yeah, I think he raps and he's like a country singer. Yes, it was amazing. Yes, it was. And again, the link is in that community post. So if and you want to see it, you can watch them at your leisure because they are in the community post. And again, oh yeah, so that one image that well anyway, that was the look Harry had when you know, Justin Trudeau, who I believe is leaving office soon as Prime Minister of Canada. Um, I think he's leaving office soon. So yeah. Um, and Justin Trudeau did mention the fact that as a newly elected prime minister, that he came into office with the Invictus Games. So there's that connection of the almost 10 years of Invictus. Well, the 10 years of Invictus game, right? I forgot which year was Canada. It was 2017, right? So I think he was kind of still new to the office, and he, came to the Invictus Games, which was super nice. And also central to the entire Invictus Games, which I don't know, I get a little emotional when I think about this, but the fact that all four of the First Nation tribes participated along the way from Dusseldorf to now, they participated. They actually were made part of the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf. And it's like the fact that Harry, Invictus, all of them made that commitment to the tribal elders and to the tribes that they would be a part of this process, that they wouldn't just, watch these events take place, that we're going to ask permission and we want to make you part of it. The logo, the images, the medals, everything connects back to the various nations. And I just thought that was absolutely stunning. I get very emotional when I think about that because that is showing proper respect. That is showing proper respect. And it's just not enough of that, especially coming from that institution. And Dominic Reed, outgoing Invictus Games CEO Dominic Reed, criticized UK coverage of the games, saying he was very disappointed. And I do believe that the British media went out of their way to low key the Invictus Games as much as possible. They really have. They have gone out of their way, even though it's not a really huge news cycle. There's not some big great natural disaster or something that has changed recently that the coverage was so lacking, but they deliberately downplayed and ignored the Invictus Games. And you know what I say? The hell with them. It was in Canada, and it was a big story for the Canadian people. And if some of those people in the old world refuse to get on board, there is the rest of the world. It is the 22 nations of Invictus where people are interested and people are paying attention. So, and of course, there's going to be a very broad audience in Asia. Now, that's going to be kind of tricky with the time difference, but if I'm correct, wasn't Dominic Reed the one who wanted to retire? And Harry brought him out of retirement. He's like, we need to do this and we'd like to do it in X amount of time. I think it was Dominic Reed. And this has got to be embarrassing for someone like a Dominic Reed. Anyone who has served the crown, anyone who has been a part of the whole public life in Britain, it's got to be embarrassing that the media was so deliberate in ignoring and downplaying the Invictus Games. Yeah, it's embarrassing. It is a true embarrassment. Let's see. I do have some stuff to share with you. Let me grab that. Oh gosh, I hope there isn't music here. Let me give it a try. Oh, there's no sound with this one. So that's easy. But yeah, there is no sound. That makes it that much easier. Yes, but the bromance continues. But I got something else, so give me a chance to put that one up. Oh.
What a pleasure. pleasure to see you guys. It is so inspiring to see how, I mean, you could have left a few more medals for Canadians, but okay. The Ukrainian team has done so incredibly well, and it, as always, is just an inspiration to see not just the competitors, but the entire community, the families, all the coaches, volunteer supporters. I know it's an incredibly worrisome time for loved ones back home, for your country, but it's also a moment to show what the incredible strength of spirit that all of you have is, and it truly inspires not just me, but everyone who get to watch. Thank you so much.
Okay. Get back over here. That's the Prime Minister. That's the Prime Minister. I tell you, he's aged a little bit, ever so slightly, but he still looks good. He still looks good. He is still one of the hottest prime ministers, heads of state that there is. And there's definitely going to be a void when he's gone. So, but yeah, let's see. Take a look at a couple of your comments here. Yeah, you know, they're going to be working. They're going to be working to do the best that they can. That is the royal family. They're going to be doing their very best to try to downplay it. Yeah, Ms. Z says the institution continues to show how badly they fumbled the ball with Harry and Meghan. The Duke and Duchess could have single-handedly saved the Commonwealth. Dummies. Yeah. Yep. It just goes to show that they are that pettiness. You know, I still think about this, even though it's been a while since I've seen it. But was it? The professor Tim Wilson, when he spoke about the lack of grace that Charles and William have, that as king and as a future king, that they have such a lack of grace and the pettiness. He spoke before about how petty they are, especially when it comes to Harry and Meghan, how short-sighted and petty they have been. You know, and don't get it wrong, he's a royalist. He's a royalist, and he believes, as Harry does, he believes that there is such a potential, because it's an amazing platform. They have an incredible platform with the royal family, one of the biggest platforms on the planet, and yet they do so little with it. They do so little with it. It's like having a huge amount of money that can do so much good for other people, and all you do is you know, the very minimal stuff, the very minimal, like, I don't know, just pay your staff or whatever, and not even paying them that well, but it's such a potential there, and it is the lack of grace. You know, whatever you have accused the Sussexes of, they're not going to be king and queen. You and your pathetic spouse, you're going to sit on that throne one day, and all of this one-upmanship, you're supposed to be above that. Willie Leaks, you're supposed to be above that. But instead, he's following his little brother instead of having some dignity for his position. It's just I'm still shocked by it. I'm still shocked by it. You have such a lack of awareness that you are jealous that your brother has from scratch been able to create something that is so globally significant that you didn't, obviously there's been some wheeling and dealing, in my opinion, behind the scenes to get the networks to downplay the Invictus Games. Now, what they've offered in exchange for it, I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if the future, and you know what though? Let me say this. Let me say this. I'm going to move on from that. Whenever his coronation takes place, do not be surprised if the pettiness, the real pettiness emerges, and you will see people excluded from the coronation. And maybe that is what's been used for leverage to cause this to happen. But surely something behind the scenes, something shady has gone on. I'll just say that. But for now, let's just ignore them. And then there's Harry and Meghan's Invictus Games ballyhoo ignores Canada's lame duck Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. They, those right wing monsters, I guess it would have been too much for them not to make some strike out against Justin Trudeau on his way out of office. You know, I mean, it's just never ending with them. The pettiness of it, where they want to strike out against Justin Trudeau. They find photos. Well, you know how they do it. They find a photo that makes them look pensive or worried or concerned. And, you know, as a left winger myself, as a very liberal individual, I think he's done a stunning job. And he has nothing to be ashamed of with his job performance. Yeah, like anybody else, he's had his share of mistakes and shortcomings. But all I can say is wait till you see what's coming next. But yeah, it would have just been too much to not take a swipe at him. Uh, but yeah, they had a great time. And um, I'm going to try to adjust this image. Look who was there. Tiffany's there. Hey, Tiff. Hey, Tiffany's there. I don't know. I almost missed her, but how does she manage to get that champagne glass every place she goes? But whatever happens, it's just like I'm always looking to see if Tiffany's there. That is incredible. Yeah, yeah, she gets around. Yeah, she really gets around. That is incredible. Like right here. There she is. There she is. So, you know, it's like it wouldn't be an occasion if Tiffany wasn't there. Yeah, and then thank you for your comment, James Norman. They go out of their way to make sure that other family members are afraid to show any kind of support. You know, they want to make sure that other family members are prohibited from any kind of support. It is going to be very frightening for that family when Charles is gone. Charles is petty enough, but William is going to give new meaning to petty. He is. He's going to give new meaning to the word petty. Rest assured that we have not seen petty until he gets the keys to the kingdom. Lex says, I truly believe the British royal family tried to get Netflix to axe Meghan's lifestyle show. OBEs can't win you profits, and Netflix knows who brings in the money. Thank you very much for that comment, Legs. And yeah, didn't Sarandos didn't he get his OBE? And gosh, who else was that? Peter Morgan, the creator of The Queen and The Crown. He's gotten his trinkets before. So they're listen, I am convinced that that institution has been putting so much leverage trying to throw their weight around with anything that has to do with the Sussexes. And of course, let's face it, okay, we can pretend otherwise, but it would be very disingenuous to do that. There is still a lot of influence coming from that institution because so many period pieces, so many documentaries, so much of our entertainment and information is driven by the aristocracy. We can pretend otherwise, but it's very familiar to people. And if you want future access for the weddings, for the funerals, for this or for that, if you want to, use certain locations for filming or whatever the case may be, they are using that leverage. And we all know that Netflix has made quite a lot of money because of that world. And that is what they're using. Now, I'm sure it doesn't work all the time. Maybe it doesn't even work most of the time, but it does work when it works. It does work when it works, and it was enough to eliminate that story about the sick old man. So it's just a fact of life. It's a fact of life, and they are a factor. And as someone said earlier, as Americans, should we care? Yes, because it's an overrepresented influence. And it can be worrisome because they have been able to change the conversation. They have been able to influence the outcome of things that involve Harry and Meghan. So, there's a country in the Middle East that seems to have way more influence over the United States government than they should, than seems possible, but yet they do. We have given so much aid and technology and intelligence to a country that is so poor when it comes to natural resources that we could take them or leave them, but yet they have all that influence. So it may not be convenient, but you do have to recognize when something can be or someone can be problematic. I'll just say this: ignoring them won't help. Ignoring them definitely will not help. Let's see here. Definitely afraid of what Andrew knows. He knows Andrew will sink that family. I don't know that they're that afraid of Andrew, though. I don't know. I don't know. Um, because it's one thing to have the information, it's one thing to threaten to use that information, but it's another thing whether or not they will actually do that. I mean, because let's face it, um, the York sisters, those York sisters, they still have close proximity to that system, and they are still royal princesses. And life could be made very difficult for them, very difficult for their children. And so I would have to wonder how far away anybody is willing to stray. We know Harry has done the unthinkable in their book by, speaking out against the institution, defending his wife and his children. But so far, I don't know anyone else in that family that's done likewise. And that may never happen again. That may never happen again because they, like I said, they throw their weight around. They throw their weight around and they can make life very difficult for the York sisters. And considering that, would the sick old man who wants to leave that house to his family, would he really risk their future by, singing like a canary? I'm going to say no. I don't think he has enough courage to do it. But Charles won't be here to decide that in the future. To be up to Willie. Who knows what he's capable of? Oh, let me share another. Okay. You can take that back. Did I share this one already or no? Let me see.
Can take that back to Ukraine with you. I said the same thing last time in Düsseldorf, but I know there's new faces and new competitors here. So the whole world, this whole Invictus community and the whole world stand with you. So take that back with you to Ukraine. And thank you for taking the time to come and join us, guys. It would not be an Invictus game without you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That you can take that back to Ukraine with you. I said the same thing last time in Düsseldorf, but I know there's new faces and new competitors here. So the whole world, this whole Invictus community and the whole world stand with you. So take that back with you to Ukraine. And thank you for taking the time to come and join us, guys. It would not be an Invictus game without you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, no matter how limited, though, it is still a factor. It is still a factor. I would love to say, oh, they don't make any difference. They're over here now. Um, those people are dangerous. Make no mistake, those people over there on that island are dangerous. Are you talking about when he had that football or rugby ball or whatever it was? Or are you talking about the wait a minute. Did he do something tonight? Did I miss something earlier? Mm. Oh yeah, definitely. Harry and Meghan, they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And just think how many things that they've done in the past where we didn't hear about it until the people that they've helped, or the people that have benefited. It was their story to tell, and eventually they did tell the story. Let's see. Yeah, when William can have all of the pork sandwiches that he desires, then that will probably, maybe he'll calm down when he can enjoy all of the pulled pork that he wants, whenever he wants, without fear or favor. He can have as much pulled pork as he desires. There's going to be pork sandwiches all over the place. Okay. And of course, the most popular corgi, is that a corgi? Yeah, I think that's a corgi. The corgi seems to be rather popular. And take a look there on the left side. I'm not sure what that is. That looks to me, let me see if I can translate that. Let me take a look at that and see if I can translate it. May be able to do that. Give me just a second. I'm going to translate that. Let's see. And a photo of Prince from Koleska 1981. Remember the video where the prince fixes Oleski's Ukrainian flag before the competition? The prince remembers. Nah, none of that rings a bell. Koleska 1981. Remember the video where the prince fixes Oleski's Ukrainian flag before the competition? The prince remembers. Yeah, that one on the left, I'm not sure what that means. Huh. Oh, well. I just translated that, and that's what it says. If you know what it means, let us know, because I don't know. I have no idea what that means. Justin Trudeau, Prince Harry takes the final day of the Invictus Games in Vancouver. The 2025 Invictus Games have wrapped up in Vancouver with closing ceremony headlined by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. Event producer Patrick Rouberge, said at a news conference earlier this week that the closing ceremony is meant to be more intimate than the opening ceremony held last week at BC Place Stadium in front of a crowd of about 40,000. 40,000? I didn't know the crowd was that big. Rouberge said Sunday's closing ceremony at Rogers Arena is planned for a crowd of 12,000, with heavy focus on the competitors and their journey at the games. The only one on the floor of the arena will be the competitors of the games, along with dignitaries for the show. Robert said it's going to be a chance for them to come together one last time as the collective group of people celebrating their success. Cheers! So there's this. Prince Harry has been gifted with a bracelet engraved with the phrase, "Whoever saves one life saves the world," to thank him for his life-changing and life-saving work with the Invictus Games. Now, I just so happen to have a little video of that presentation. Okay.
That's what I have, and well,
Perfect.
yeah.
There
Thank
you go.
you. Yeah.
You know, bracelet buddies.
Yeah. Superhumans team and our ambassadors have, and it says whoever saves one life saves the world entire.
Wow.
And it has your initials over there. And
Oh,
it has
wow.
a bullet.
HCAD.
Yeah. Yeah, and
What is this in the middle there?
it says a heart of Invictus. And it's the same phrase in Ukrainian.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever saves one life saves the world entire. And it's a bullet. That's what I have, and well,
Perfect.
yeah.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Yeah.
You know, bracelet buddies.
Yeah.
I wasn't eating a cookie. But yeah, so you can just barely see it. What I see there, it says superhumans. But anyway, that's pretty nice, huh? And knowing Harry, he'll probably wear it a lot. He will probably wear it a lot. This was from yesterday. I love that photo. This is from yesterday. That is also from yesterday. Call to attention. And of course, leave it to Harry. One of the themes of the Invictus Games is a nice kiss on the head of anyone who has become phallically challenged. And this was very emotional. I believe that is a competitor from Brazil. Very, very emotional guy. Yeah, how cool is that? And I believe that's Dominic Reed looking on. And Harry did a little knee slide into place so that he could take a photo with the group of Ukraine and Nigeria. And I'm just going to say, I think Harry loves all of the competitors equally, but I think Nigeria and Ukraine, those are the two teams that he's closest to. Nigeria, just because of the hard work that they've done, with the Invictus Center that they're opening and such. And of course, Ukraine, because of the heart of Invictus, that documentary was one of the big themes of it was the war in Ukraine. And it really changed the whole trajectory of the documentary, I think, and changed it in a good way. Made it very emotional, very interesting too. But if you haven't seen Heart of Invictus, it will definitely grab your attention. And again, the First Nations. Tonight, we witnessed a powerful Salish blanketing ceremony, a sacred tradition honoring, uplifting, and protecting individuals who have made meaningful contributions or shown incredible strength. A blanketing ceremony is a deeply meaningful practice where a respected guest is draped in a ceremonial blanket, symbolizing respect, strength, and community support, often led by elders or knowledge keepers. The ceremony may include drumming, singing, and prayers, creating a powerful moment of unity. As 550 people were blanketed in the nation's home, the central hub for our competitors, family, and friends, this ceremony served as a profound reminder of the reconnection and gratitude that define these games. A heartfelt thanks to our partners, Fisher House, for their unwavering support of the Families and Friends program. The games would not be the same without this vital piece. So, again, they really got that right with everything that they've done with the First Nations. They really got that right. Okay. And there's that one. And in one of the speeches that was given last night, it was mentioned that I believe it was a 13-year-old kid in a wheelchair said that it was the first time that he had ever felt like a normal kid. Oh my God, did that really, really touch me when I heard that? And that is one of the huge benefits of the Invictus Games is that children, families, the competitors, when you are around so many people that have their handicap or illness or whatever is going on, whether they're on crutches, they use prosthetic limbs, they have, some pretty bad injuries that are, likely noticeable in some way. People who otherwise would have felt self-conscious about their family member, or they may have felt self-conscious about themselves. They may have been hiding away from society. You could go to something like this and not only see other people in similar situations, but that they are competing and striving to demonstrate their abilities instead of inabilities. So I think that's just fantastic. So that is a good thing. It reminds me of I think it was don't they have like a summer camp for children that have been victims of burn victims? They have been burned, and for whatever reason, given the nature of their injury, there's not too many places where they can go and just blend in and feel like everyone else. But it's helpful to have a situation like this where what would seem abnormal to some people suddenly is very normal. And you can see how people can just move with society without the stigma and without, the second looks and whispering and such. So that's a good thing. This helps so many people. And there's that one. Oh yeah, that was from the swim meet. Now, a little gossip on our way out. Prince William is Britain's secret weapon in sustaining the special relationship. Meaning, of course, the United States and Great Britain. You know how they always say the special relationship, that special relationship. Well, now he's a secret weapon. And Graham Smith was very quick to say he isn't. He's work-shy royal who knows little and does less. Whatever relationship the UK has with the United States will be sustained by politicians and diplomats, not by this idiot. I'm throwing the idiot part in. But yeah, here we go again with the secret weapon. There's always a secret weapon. And of course, that brown-nosing Camilla Tominey wrote this article for the Telegraph. The Prince of Wales has achieved the family normality as his late mother, Princess Diana, always craved. Oh, God. Anyway, that's from Camilla Tominey, who has. I'm not gonna bother. But there's a history of these secret weapons. Tom Parker Bowles, the firm's new secret weapon. King Charles' secret weapon, Sophie Wessex, tipped to become the new Duchess of Edinburgh. Or the Tatler says here, Countess of Wessex, royal family secret weapon. Sophie Countess secret weapon, blah, 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 blah. 19-year-old, what's her name? Lady Louise. She's a secret weapon. The York sisters might be a secret weapon. Mike and Zara Tyndall are secret weapons. They got a whole bunch of secret weapons. All kind of, they're so secret, you don't even see it. They're so secret, you can't even see it. Mia Tyndall could be the royal secret weapon. Mia Tyndall? Really? Oh, how about that one? Cosmopolitan. Prince Harry was supposed to be Prince William's secret weapon when Will becomes king. Kate Middleton. Oh, yeah. Kate. Let's see. King Charles urged to send firm secret weapon to deal with Prince Harry and Meghan. I think that was supposed to be Princess Anne, right? Yeah, I think that was Princess Anne that was supposed to go and put them in their place. And then there's, of course, Major Middlebum, Britain's secret weapon. Yeah, Major Middlebum, Britain's secret weapon. Such a secret, she don't even know it. Plus size fairy, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Here's one more of Harry hanging out with Team Nigeria. And this is the last one I have for today. Who did this? Who did this? Huh? If there is anyone responsible for this, please speak up now or forever hold your peace. That is not an accurate representation of the mayor of the city of New York. Is it? Or is it? Huh? He looks different. He looks older anyway. I don't know where that came from. One of the squatties shared this earlier. And I was like, Eric? Yeah. He looks a little different. I don't know what it is. I think it's the costume that he's wearing. Yeah, that in-house domestic help outfit. Yeah, I'm going to say in-house domestic help outfit. Yeah. I mean, I could just picture him sitting there drinking some whiskey or cognac. But there you go. So thank you all very much. That is it for today. I told you guys about an hour. Let me see before I go if I have any other Invictus video to share with you. I think I have just two. They're very short, kind of out of context, but that's never stopped me before, has it?
Organizations, and we'll use that money to carry forward those legacy programs for at least 5 years, and that's going to be a true and lasting legacy from these games here in Vancouver, Whistler.
Uh-oh, cannot have any music. Well, shake it up, baby. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby.
exciting, mesmerizing, and memorable week.
That was shared by the Duchess of Sussex. I repeat, this was shared by the Duchess of Sussex, is on her Instagram. So proud of you. Yeah, that was shared by the Duchess of Sussex.
My wife. My wife. My wife. My wife and I. My wife and I. My wife and I. My wife and I. For me and my wife. Me and my wife. I'm so proud of my wife. My incredible wife. An amazing wife. The soulmate in my wife. Thank you, my love. The mother to my children. The love of my life.
And what I know about the two of them, and I wish the world knew how much they love these two people love each other. They found each other out of all these odds against them finding each other, they found each other, and the love that they have is really, really moving. And I just wanted to do anything I could to support them.
Isn't that funny? Sometimes you know when you meet someone.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can see like what love is, and
Right.
you can tell right away.
Yeah, yeah. And if I don't have that, what she and Harry have, I don't want it.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to drag Willie. Not tonight, but we're definitely going to drag Willie. You guys, the BAFTA was tonight, I believe. And it's just as well they're not there. They serve no purpose going to the ceremony. How William was able to become the, what do you call it? The patron of BAFTA is anybody's guess, but he's boring. They don't care for him. We all know that Will and Kate has gone to BAFTA, and it was so quiet you could hear a rat piss on cotton because no one, and I do mean no one, was interested in their presence. A complete lack of interest. When they walked into the room, no one applauded. One person tried to get it going. They said, woo, right? And then I guess somebody must have shot them a look, and immediately it stopped. Sean says, I wonder if Camilla will pull a crowd like that. Thank you for the super chat. Doubtful. With Charles and Camilla, it is always necessary to bring busloads of children. That is the only way they get a crowd, is to bus them in and give a bunch of children a bunch of chocolates, Cadbury's and such, and flags, and just watch them wave until they almost pass out. But yeah, that's about the only way that happens. So good night, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this the safe space that it has been for going on 3 years now. Yep, that's that family. That is the clan. How is Nana? Do you suppose that that's what it was? Nana was using Morse code? I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, it's probably Morse code. Yeah, she was clicking Morse code.
That King Charles may never be. Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Is it being selfish? Prince Harry.
Yeah, Morse code. I agree. There's coded language there. No doubt coded language. Thank you. Okay. You know, I just feel like, okay, if Queen Elizabeth was still alive, If Queen Elizabeth was still alive and William just decided to go on vacation instead of going to the BAFTA, there would have been something said about that. You all know that, right? There would have been something said about that because they used to write articles calling him work shy. But there are no work shy articles anymore. Work shy Willie, Duchess Doolittle. That is what they were referring to Will and Kate. Work shy Willie and Duchess Doolittle. Now there are no articles. There is no reason why William did not go to the BAFTAs except he just didn't want to. This is extraordinary. I know most people don't care, but what bothers me is that he's getting away with it. I hate that he's getting away with it. While they're so fixated on American Riviera Orchard, while they're so fixated on Harry's green card status, they are totally ignoring those two misfits over there. They're getting a free pass, and it's getting on my nerves. That is getting on my nerves. I cannot stand it. They are throwing Harry and Meghan under the bus so that they do not offend or call out Will and Kate. That's why I'm so bothered about it. I don't care that they don't do any work, but look at what they report in exchange. That is unfair. When William went skiing, instead of going to the Commonwealth ceremony that one year, I think it was 2017, what's his name? Robert Jobson had wrote a scathing article warning William to grow up. It's time to act like a future monarch. Okay? But instead of writing those articles now, they're attacking everything Harry and Meghan does. I don't like it. Yes, absolutely. Oh, let me grab the link for that. Thank you, Cookies and Cream. I'm going to put the link for the closing ceremony at the top there. So it's so much easier for you all to grab it if you want to watch it. Give me just a second. I'm going to grab that and I'll put that up top. And okay, so there's that. And then let me pin that to the top of the jet. So once again, if you want to watch the closing ceremony, that link that you see on the screen, that's it. You can just go to that link and watch the entire thing. Okay. There it is. So closing ceremony, the link that's on the screen. If you can't do that, then you can, go to the community where I just got this from. So, it is going to be cold in the Windy City this coming week. Let's see. This time of year, well, one of the finest art museums in the world, the Art Institute of Chicago. Of course, there's the view from the sky deck or the other building. There's two places where you can take in the view of the city, which is amazing when when the skies are clear. You can see up to 4 states. Let's see, what else is there? Well, I mean, it is that time of year. There's always the restaurants, great food, some of the best restaurants in the world, Michelin star. Um, and there are city tours year round. So that's something. One of the favorite things about the city of Chicago that is not available right now, I suspect, are the famous river boat tours, which are world renowned. But yeah, that's about the only thing I could think of. Sean says, "Do you know about the with the hate Meghan documentary coming out? I just came upon it from a content creator I was watching. When you have a call in, can you explain it? I found out I found out who's behind it. No, I don't know anything about that. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Doesn't surprise me though. They're probably trying to capitalize on the love Megan. I suppose there's going to be a lot of stuff, being pulled out of a bag last minute like that. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Okay. What is that? I'm okay. I've been given an extra role in work, so I feel. Oh, okay. That was for someone else. Okay. I hope so, Marsha. Just leave Harry and Meghan alone. That's all I'm interested in. Just leave them alone. Yep. Leave the Sussexes alone. Pizza tour. That sounds interesting. Okay. All right. So, anyhow, love you guys. Thank you very much. I will see you all next time. And yeah, check out the closing ceremony. Okay. All right. Let us close with the Ginger Avenger. I love the Queen. Well, I would work hard too if the whole country paid me. I love the Queen.